Alright, here's where we left off last time. We are in round 55, Ante 18. We've got 3 blueprints. We've got negative brainstorm. Negative brainstorm comes from ectoplasm. We used ectoplasm one time. DNA, because we can copy with blueprints and brainstorms, allows us to add extra cards to our hand. In the short term, we can add extra cards to our hand. We can use DNA to help us beat the Ante 24 boss. And then after Ante 24, then we're looking for the serpent. Then we're looking for doing the naneinf thing. So in the short term, we're chilling. We have the jokers that we need. We have the Baron, we have the Mime. Our deck is half of these red seal gold cards, half of these red steel cards. Pretty good mix here. In the end game, we're trying to go for maybe 2/3 steel, 1/3 gold, maybe something like that. And then so we can use DNA to copy some gold and then copy some steel, and that way we have a good mix. The hand levels don't matter super much other than we've got level 43 high card. The thing that matters the most is we don't have the retcon voucher yet. We have the boss reroll 1, but we don't have boss reroll 2. And so we're hoping to get a voucher skip in the future. We have 2 double tags. We could get 3 vouchers at a time. Or we do have maybe 8 more antes until Ante 24, and then potentially Ante 25 and 26. We could go a little bit further. So we have some time before we need the voucher. We can still find the voucher sometime in the next couple of antes, or at least that's the goal. That's the hope. Anyway, for now, let's go next. All right. Here we want to get rid of purple. We don't need steel. I'm going to make gold for now, and then maybe start making steel in Ante, I don't know, 20 or something like that. Well, all right. Let's copy the gold card. Let's make sure we got our settings correct. I want to do faster speed here. So copy the gold. Pretty sure this doesn't win. And we also need an ectoplasm, so we have space for the burglar. We sell the DNA for the burglar, right? Yeah. Okay. Baron, Mime. Just checking that this is the correct amount here. We have 4x4. We can throw away the steel card. And then copy the Mime for money. Alright, so strap in, folks. Every round looks like this. Every round for the next 8 antes. The next 20 rounds, basically. E68, so we're doing fine on score. Animation skip. We could do the animation skip. Actually, we can't do the animation skip because then it doesn't give us enough time to move the Mime, unfortunately. That's okay. Shopping-wise, we're only interested in money, basically. So we could do a few rerolls looking for money. Maybe we could pick up a random chariot. Maybe we could pick up a death card. Maybe that's already enough rerolls. We don't need to open the standard packs. That's it. Discard the steel cards, which we don't need. Copy the polychrome. Deck says, with the current build, probably if we go full copies on the Mime, that's enough points. Yeah, maybe. Then we don't have to worry so much about juggling the jokers. I'm not too pressed about it. Sorry, Salvage asks, is the burglar for the serpent? Yeah, after we beat Ante 24. Ante 24, you can't reroll the serpent. So after we beat Ante 24, then we replace DNA with the burglar. Fool and Death. Okay. Here, Fool and Death I'm going to hold off on. Talisman doesn't make sense here. Temperance? I will use the Fool for Temperance. I want the money more than anything else. I can turn this Polychrome card. This is the only Polychrome card in the whole deck that doesn't have a red seal. Turn it into Steel. Get more money. Alright. So, against the Serpent, we can throw the Gold Seal. Okay, I want to not score too many points so that I can draw more gold cards and make more money. Are you not able to reach naneinf before Ante 20? Sorry, Ante 24? Yeah, you're not able to get naneinf before that. For reasons which are a little bit difficult to explain, maybe. Trust. You can with the hand size skip. Yeah, if we get exactly the hand size skip, then it is possible. No, wait. It should still be impossible, even with the hand size skip. So, alright, let's play the Steel card and collect the money. So the problem is, when you're fighting against the Serpent, you play a card, you draw 3. You play a card, you draw 3. If you have the Burglar and you copy it with the Blueprints and the Brainstorms, you get to play more cards, you get to draw more cards. The problem is, every time I draw more cards, my score goes up. Even if Blueprint and Brainstorm are not copying the Baron and the Mime, my score still goes up. Because the Kings have red seals, I have some Steel Kings, I get more points. Or whatever it is. And then so, you know, if you start with the hand size skip and you start with extra cards in hand, that doesn't get around the problem of when I play cards, my hand gets too big. I score too many points. So for example, here, if I had 50 kings in hand, I would score 80 or whatever. And I wouldn't actually be able to draw enough cards to get the naneinf. That's the problem. Oh, but if you get enough double tags and you get enough... Yeah, technically if you get enough double tags and let's say you get the hand size skip, maybe you have 15 double tags or something like that, or maybe you only need 12 double tags. You draw 36 cards, so you have 40 cards in hand, that would work without the Burglar. Alright. There is a negative skip, which we probably don't want or need. Celestial Pack gives me Plutonium. We could take the Tarot Tycoon. Tarot Tycoon makes it harder for me to find the Burglar later, but I might need to take the Tarot Tycoon if I want to get the boss reroll. That's tricky. Seems risky. It does seem risky, yeah. Alright, Gender Pack we don't need. Let me think about this Tarot Tycoon. Boss says no discards, that's fine. I would like to use the Death card, or maybe it doesn't matter. I could discard. Okay. Deck says probably just wait until voucher skip. Well, we might not get a voucher skip, right? It's not guaranteed. Yeah, if anyone wants to know all the ins and outs of this particular run, trying to get the naneinf with the Burglar and Serpent technology, I do have a series of videos recently, this week. BalatroU University on YouTube. Obviously, it's not as efficient as just like you asking me a question now and me answering you, but definitely going to be more informative to sort of see it in action. If you're actually curious about it, if you actually want to learn. Tech says we have 18 skip tags remaining, so we've got a few chances. Do you have any videos on how to get to Ante 39? Yeah, about maybe a dozen different ways. What's a voucher skip? Yeah, if we go here, these are the skip tags. If you skip, you get this thing. So one of them adds an extra voucher to the shop. Let's make an extra steel card while I have the opportunity. I might make more steel. Yeah, Adamalika, if you're really interested in like the really long runs, I would suggest looking at the World Records playlist. It's just called World Records. If you go to the BalatroU University channel page, just like the main channel page, I have 4 playlists on the main page, and that's one of them. Ante 32 keeps kicking your butt. Yeah, we even did it one time with no legendaries. Usually, in order to beat Ante 32, you need some kind of legendary technology. That's usually how you do it. I guess I pass on the Tarot Tycoon. Alright, I could make more steel here, since we're a little bit short on steel. Now the bean tech exists? That's true. Well, that's an exploit though. That's a bug. If you want to do it legitimately, ish, need a legendary. Usually Perkeo. Does the Saturn mod have a setting for being able to move jokers on the last hand? Not automatically, no. Tech says the bean is so much easier to set up than the legendary. So the thing about the bean is like, in order to do the bean glitch, you need the Ante 8 boss to be the Crimson Heart, period. In addition to the Ante 8 boss being the Crimson Heart, you need a couple other things to go correctly. You need the Burglar and the Bean to both show up in Ante 8. And so for all of those things to happen, it's not all the time. That's going to be some of the time. And what happens is you get all the way through to the run, you get all the way through to Ante 8, and then if you don't get the thing, then that's it. That's a wasted run. That's a wasted hour. Compared to, you could just spend an hour restarting and then getting a legendary in Ante 1, right? And so maybe it takes you 6 or 7 hours, 6 or 7 attempts in order to get the Ante 8 conditions correct, whereas you could just spend 6 hours restarting and get Perkeo. And then once you have Perkeo, then the rest of the run is maybe not that technically difficult. Obviously, there's some challenge, there's some nuance to it, but it's not super difficult. A lot of people saying like, oh, this is easier or this is harder, and no one's actually done it. Do it and then tell me it's easier. Alright, E44, no problem. Looking at how much steel I have, probably we're fine here. Making more gold. I'm the one who's doing it now. Yeah, true. Sorry, 25 asks, can the Crimson Heart only show up in Ante 8? Yeah, we have these are the finisher bosses, so I don't know if you've noticed from your own gameplay, but the Violet Vessel doesn't show up in Ante 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, only Ante 8. These are the Ante 8 bosses. Also the Ante 16 bosses, also the Ante 24 bosses. Is why you can't get the Serpent in Ante 24. Is why we need DNA in order to beat Ante 24. Is this seeded? We would have a much stronger build if this was on a set seed. This is a random seed. Random seed gold stake run. It's funny, whenever people ask like, oh, is this a set seed or a random seed? It's coming from a position of ignorance, right? Because like if you knew what was possible on a set seed, you wouldn't ever ask if any run is a set seed run. If you knew what was possible. No one is streaming what is possible on a set C run. You know what? Stupid, that's fair. Yeah, I guess like, you know, Dr. Dreamo has a bunch of videos or whatever, but none of them have any views. Technically, Dr. Dreamo does stream it. I don't know when. Drizzle, welcome back. We're still cooking? Yeah. I would describe the current state as we're chilling. Yeah, anything less than 8 blueprints and brainstorms, then probably a random seed. Or they could be using a set seed and just be lazy about it. And just like, you know, not going super hard. Alright, this boss, face cards face down, is not a problem. I don't actually care what gets copied. I could keep, you know, if I was following the scoring animations, I could figure out which ones are steel if I wanted to. Sammy Boy says, from what they've seen of set seed runs, what is technically possible is also very boring. Very boring to have thousands of jokers and make millions of dollars every round. Yeah. And spend, I don't know, 12 hours per shopping. Yeah. And so maybe, you know, this sucks. That's the second time we've seen the Tarot Tycoon. That's one less chance to get our retcon. Bummer. Yeah, anyway, I guess that could be, you know, that could be an argument for like, oh, I know what's possible, but I'm not going to go super hard because of how time consuming and potentially boring it is. Weird. Thank you for the 2 months. Go next. Alright, we basically have 4 antes left to get our voucher, which is a little bit concerning, to be honest. How are we doing on steel cards? I probably need more steel cards, so let's discard steel and then play steel. That's one shiny deck. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. What do I think about Locothung adding more jokers? Good idea or no? I guess Rat Smoocher, why would you think that someone could think that it's a bad idea to add new jokers? Like, if you want to expand the game, you got to expand the game in some kind of way, and maybe the easiest way that people have expanded the game is by adding new jokers. So in what ways could adding new jokers be bad? Let's start there. I have an answer, but I want to hear your answer. Bustafox says more content is always better. I don't think that's true. The Pokemon mod, for example, has 2 extra consumable types. So the consumables, instead of just being tarot cards, planet cards, spectral cards, you also have item cards. You also have energy cards. There's new booster packs to accommodate the new stuff. New vouchers, new jokers. There's 300 something jokers, 350 jokers on the Pokemon mod, in addition to the regular jokers that already exist in the game. More is not always better. Could be more difficult to balance stuff. Could be, but not an insurmountable task. Maybe that's not a super big concern to me, balancing stuff. Like, you could do it. Already balancing 150 jokers is hard, but you could do it. Having too many jokers would make it difficult to find a specific joker if you're ever looking for a specific joker. Like, you have a build that's so narrow, it needs DNA. It needs Baron, or whatever it is. Yeah, I think that's exactly it, right? So, in what ways is this, can you get around this? Well, if you have new jokers that serve similar purposes to stuff that exists, right? So DNA is very interesting. DNA being able to copy cards and being able to copy with blueprints and brainstorms allows us to do this unique combination, this unique thing of adding cards to our hand, which you can't do with any other joker. And then when you add in more rare jokers, then you get less blueprints, less brainstorms, less DNAs, and you won't be able to make that combination as easily. But maybe that's still okay. Things like the Baron and the Mime, you could probably invent some new joker that does something similar to these two. And we already see that with plenty of other mods, like the Cosmos mod, or like the extra credit mod. And so that's not necessarily an issue. I think overall beneficial, overall positive to just have more stuff, in my opinion, within some limits. The only one hand type this round, that's fine. We can discard 1 steel, play 1 more. We should check to make sure we don't have too much steel. Looks okay to me. Yukon wants to know if I can confirm or deny being on the update balancing team. The answer is no, I can neither confirm nor deny. If the answer is can I, the answer is no, I can't. Big HUD, thank you for the Prime sub. And a gifted sub. Thank you, anonymous gifter. Overstock is useful. Boss says play only 1 hand. That's a boss we gotta reroll. I don't think we can win in 1 hand. Maybe? I don't think we can. Alright, so we re-roll it. Decrease level of poker hand, that's fine. Check the deck. More steel is fine. We get less money copying steel compared to copying gold, but it's a necessary evil. Would we have survived the plant? No, we lose to the plant. The plant debuffs all our face cards. We lose everything. Okay, E76 with 4 steel cards in hand. Should probably write that down. Did we do any save scum here? Not in this run, other than I did go to sleep. I did close the game and then go to sleep. I might be able to get away with making more gold. Actually, it's already Ante too. Let's just go full steel here. So do the steel. Do we need Cryptid for naneinf? We don't. That's kind of the point of doing this run without Perkeo, is we don't need Cryptid. Is a free shop worth skipping in the first ante on gold stake? I generally don't think it is, no. It's a gamble. There's some good stuff that you can get. But I think on average it's bad. Did we miss the mime there? Bummer. Okay. No on the cola. Cryptid on steel or gold? Steel. Okay. Get rid of all this steel. Play one. Not having the discard voucher at all is kind of crazy. What are my opinions on resetting for rare tag plus a good rare joker? I think it's unnecessary. Like, what context are we talking about? Are we talking about you're trying to start up a spicy high score run? Are you trying to start up a viable gold stake run? Like, if you're playing on higher difficulties, if you're playing on high stakes, I think it's unnecessary to do that. I think you can win a lot of runs back to back without doing that, without restarting for anything in particular. And I feel the same way about high score runs. This is the 3rd time seeing the Tarot Tycoon. That's a voucher tag. Okay. E68, we're in the clear. Okay. Okay. Cola time? I have 2 saved up. I have 2 skip tags. I'm not gonna sell DNA for a cola. I think that's dangerous. Well, we go ectoplasm. Too late for ectoplasm, I think. Alright. So we skip. We face down after play, that's okay. Here, 1 steel card is okay. Play the steel. Alright. If there was a bean in the shop, ectoplasm might be worth it. What you really want to do is you want to get Troubadour. Troubadour negates the negative hand size. And then you hold on to the Troubadour until you get another Blueprint or Brainstorm. That's the optimal move. Beans. We get the hand size. Get the Observatory. Get the discard. So, what are the vouchers that we can get now? Could get Clearance Sale, could get Wasteful, could get Tarot Merchant, could get the Planet voucher. There's just so many. I think I gotta take this one. It's already Ante 23. We could get the Planet voucher. I think we gotta take the Tarot Tycoon, as sad as that is. That's a bummer. At least we have Overstock Plus. Overstock Plus helps. We do have an okay amount of money saved up. More tarot cards is more money also. Kind of. Kind of. The reroll costs really go up very aggressively. Okay. Okay. Cards face down after each hand played. Okay. We don't need all of the steel cards. This is okay. Basically the same hand that we've been doing all this time. So 5 steel cards in hand, that should be in the ballpark of 76. What food joker would I add next if I were given a choice? In the extra credit mod, I designed the coffee joker. So the way the coffee works is when you skip, it deletes itself and then you gain money. So like when you skip, you gain 25 bucks. But every round that you play, the payout goes down. So the longer you hold the coffee, the more value it loses. That was the design I came up with. Alright. So Shuffle Me Jimbos is annoying but beatable. There are other bosses I am more scared of. Man, this sucks. How do we deal with the shuffle? Because I need blueprints and brainstorms to copy DNA. Play some trash hands. We can't play trash hands because of DNA. We only get to play one hand, and it's got to be a banger. There are worse bosses. Hold DNA to the left. Can hold a joker before going in. We can hold a joker. Yeah. DNA will dance. DNA will dance. Okay, that's true. There's a bean. I could do the bean instead of the DNA. If I take the bean, I skip to the boss. I think that's the solution. Bean solves the shuffle problem. Can we slow it down? Maybe. So here's what I'm thinking. You don't need to hold Brainstorm because Brainstorm just, it doesn't matter where it ends up. DNA will jiggle. I think whatever the two Eternals, or sorry, The non-eternals, we pull them over here, right? And then the only thing that I need to figure out is where is the Baron. So as long as I control where the Baron is, then I put Brainstorm and Mime on the right. I think we could do it. I think we solved the puzzle. We just need to know where the Baron is. Okay. Hey, look. A king that doesn't have a red seal. Okay. 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 So let's... Well... So I need E78. My plan here was to get mostly steel in hand. We might be able to get all steel in hand. Maybe we go for all steel and 1 gold. Maybe 2 gold. Okay. If I do all steel... We could test how much it is. It's going to be a lot more than 78. So... This is more than we need. Hmm, 83. Yeah, we should go mostly steel. Got it. Okay. Could take a hung man here. We can actually remove some gold cards if we want. Take a chariot, just in case. So in here, 2 golds, we can remove them. Maybe with the chariot, I try to find a death card. I don't want to spend all my money. Let's go next. Would finding the blueprints be easier because of the back of the card? Maybe, but we don't need to do that. We determined we don't need to do that. All right. Copy the steel. Not all the blueprints are copies. One of the blueprints is an original, and we won't be able to tell the blueprint apart from a Baron. Unless we grab the Baron. Sell button will be grayed out for the Eternals. That's true. Yeah. That's part of what we're doing here. Two of the blueprints should have red backs. Yeah, but we need to find all 3 blueprints. Turn down the animation speed before we go into the final round. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Strength. There's temperance. Let's take the plutonium from the telescope. Just hold the Baron. I already said that. I said that's what I'm gonna do. Alright. So, I mean, we could do this. We grab the Baron. Alright. So this is a Baron. This is DNA. This is eternal. This is eternal. This is not eternal. This is not eternal. So I have 3 blueprints right here. I have Baron on the right. I have 2 Eternals, or sorry, 2 non-Eternals. I don't know what they are. One of them is a Brainstorm, one of them is a Mime. It doesn't matter. What I need to do is I need to put the DNA on the blueprints. So now my 3 blueprints are pointing at DNA, and then my Brainstorm, whichever one of these is Brainstorm, is pointing at DNA. Here we can discard. Turn the speed back up. Hey, look, a glass card. Maybe keep the game speed slow? Ah, it's okay. I guess between the 2 of these, I need to figure out which one's the Mime. That's true. Alright. Ship it. Alright, so this one's the Mime. That's the again. Alright, so previously we did this. We have all 3 blueprints pointing at Brainstorm. We put the Baron over here. Baron DNA blueprint, we put the Mime right here. Ship it. And we don't need to move the Mime. Game speed? Ah, it's fine. It's fine for one hand. How many ectoplasms are optimal for a build like this? I would say 1 ectoplasm is easy. 2 ectoplasms is very difficult, but can be very rewarding. That's what I'll say. 1 ectoplasm is enough. We did it. Okay. And we got $6,000 reduce. Now the awkward part is we need to find the burglar. Do we have E88? I don't know. If I do a fully steel hand, how much should we score that time? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. How much should we score that time? E87? Okay, so we do need the serpent. E89 is what we need. Okay. So ectoplasm doesn't work here. Maybe ectoplasm does work because we have the serpent. If we're gonna reroll for the serpent, we could use the ectoplasm actually. I should have used it. We could take parking. So now that we are going to reroll for the serpent, we can take the parking for the money. And now it just comes down to how quickly can we get the serpent? How deep do we want to roll? Do I want to take a cola? No, I'm going to skip. There's a rare tag. Alright. Gotta visualize. What does the burglar look like? I apologize if I'm not able to respond to the chat right now. Gotta be laser focused. Manifest the burglar. Yeah. Burger. We don't survive without the burglar? We do survive without the burglar. Is that true? Pretty sure. Oh. That's it. That's it. He's done it. Alright. Go next. Do a little skip. Do a little reroll. You want the serpent? Okay. Copying the burglar. Get the extra hands. We can turn up the speed. Okay. We can do one better. We could do this. We can remove the animations entirely. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of gold and we want to draw steel. So that's 15, 17, 21, 26, 35, this might be, I'm pretty sure we don't get it here in Ante 25. And we got to do it next Ante, but just for science, just so that we can show everybody. Look, this is what happens. So 68, 73, 78. So it goes up by 5. So we can go 80. I can go one more. 84. Okay. Okay. And then death. So copy the Baron, copy the Mime, play the Polychrome card. And this is the best we could do scoring wise if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 by 4. All right, ship it. All right, we could pause right there until the ad break is over. Volt wants to know if this was seeded. Nah, this was a random seed, random gold stake run. Should be over now. Ad's over now. Welcome back, folks. About to do the thing. About to be. I don't know. Can you read this? This says 152. I think it's 152. We need to get to 154. We did it. That's it. That's a gold stake naneinf. Everybody go home. Tech wanted to know if we can go all the way to Ante 39. We can try, but it would be exceedingly difficult. We would have to get lucky. We would have to get a negative showman. Or a negative invisible joker.